right, y'all, so I just came off my first profitable week day trading. Right now we're on Top Step X trying to get this funded account, and we're back on track. This is only, I guess you could say third week of doing it. Yeah, third week of doing it now. And I'll just break it down for you guys really quickly, right? So first things first, guys, we journal every single trade that we do. You know, the best part about journaling trades, guys, is you'll actually level up really, really quickly, because if I go to this first day, right, and I want to just break it down for you guys really quickly. February 23rd, 2026, just about 3 weeks ago, right? Started trading Combine on Top Step X, had a great entry point to sell, right? So I had a great entry point. Risked 500 to make 1,000, and the trade was playing out well. Trailed to $219 profit, and the trade closed there. So here's the thing, right? Number one, guys, I was not practicing patience. This was my first trade on the Combine. I would say I was fairly excited, you know, right? Not really having my emotions in check. It's not to say you're going to be emotionless while you're trading, but it's important to be locked in. That's the most important thing. And, you know, I was just excited to see profits, and I was just going to trail my stop loss up to that point without letting the price really play out. And my next response here, guys, was better to be safe than sorrow. That's not the whole point of doing trading, bro. The whole point of doing trading is developing your strategy, having risk management, and letting your trades play out to a certain extent, to where it's like, okay, you're not just gonna be $100 in profit and then move your stop loss up. You know, you're not even moving it to break even. There's so much that I did wrong here, right? And I want to just break it down for y'all. And I said, plus I need 3K profit to pass Combine, so 200 a day wins proved consistency for the long haul. So I'm just like, I'm thinking about, oh, and you know, I'll be able to use it. No, think about right now. Focus on right now, focus on risk management, and focus on the current trade at hand. Because when you start looking ahead and you start looking past your opponent, that's how you get beat by the current opponent that's in front of you. Focus on the current opponent that's in front of you, and that is your risk management. That is becoming profitable, right? That is earning a funded account. That is having your live account with capital in it that you manage properly. Those are your opponents right now. Not, you're worrying about stuff later on. You're worrying about the cars you're gonna get, the money you're gonna have, the things you're gonna be able to do. That's later on down the line. So as I continue on, long story short, I just pretty much used the trading view demo. You guys can read through it and pause and read through it. But I used the trading view demo to confirm that my analysis was correct, and it was. And then I started to combine the trading view with this, and I'm like, okay, cool. And this is what happened after. After seeing how well the trade played out, I felt a little upset I didn't let it play out longer, but that isn't the goal. Once the trade is up 200, I will always trail there. That way, when I have multiple accounts, I will make, see, I'm already, guys, just off of day one, I was already thinking in a really bad mind frame. Like, I'm thinking about having multiple accounts. I haven't even got one. How did I get there? Why can't I focus on the current task at hand? So that way, when I have multiple accounts, I will make 1,000 in a day, worst case scenario, and I'm thinking about all this and that. Trade ended up playing out perfectly. Risk 500 to make 1,000. Yeah, man. So yeah, and the first week kind of played out that just in that way, guys, without me having to make you guys read the journals. This day right here, I literally didn't properly read the chart. The trade literally played out perfectly. I tried to put my stop loss, or I tried to put in a buy limit because I couldn't see the take profit on my chart. I was all out of sync, didn't get proper sleep and things like that. And this was a bad day, took a bad trade, let it play out, got absolutely spanked. Right here, same thing, didn't let the trade play out, and it ended up hitting 1,500 take profit. So just these two trades alone, guys, would have put me at 2,500 profit if I had patience. Guys, these were two trades that I took, just two. This is important for you guys to understand. It doesn't take you trading every single day, which I wasn't understanding at first. I just felt like every single day I needed to take a trade. And realistically, yeah, there were a few bad reads in here, but there were certain days that I shouldn't have taken a trade. And I paid the price for it, not heftily, because this Friday right here, I could have actually been in profit and ended this first week as a profitable week, you know, which I should have anyways. But you know, moral victories don't count. It's about what the actual result was, and the result wasn't what I needed it to be. And the second week, I had to hit up my brother, because I'm like, yo, bro, like, is it me? Like, what am I doing wrong here? And it was just like, man, like, I was just failing, y'all. Like, I was failing, you know, got a little quick win right there. Right here, I got a win. And instead of getting out, I was thinking about all the trades that I didn't let play out, and I thought, okay, let me just hop back in on the trend. Got reversed, and it was just like, oh man, like why didn't I walk away? I wanted to walk away that day. I learned this, right? That day I wanted to walk away 100,000%. And I could have walked away and had a green day right here, and then, you know, the rest would have played out. FOMO, fear of missing out. Oh yeah, let me get back in. Nope, got spanked. And then the next 2 days here, we just lost, guys. And Friday, I didn't see a trade, and we get to this first profitable week. So I took a loss, right? I could have just had that one loss, but I got back in again. And I don't think I'm not good enough yet at taking 2 trades. So it's like, even though I have my limit set to 2 trades per day, because you never know, there might be a perfect clean setup again. And if I see a perfect clean setup after taking 1 trade, why wouldn't I take it? But now I got to this point where Tuesday I took a really good trade. It did hit take profit of 750, but we perfectly trailed it. And I do want to read this for you guys so you guys can kind of see where my mind was at, right? Good day. Took a long position off an order block and break a structure to the upside. Emotions were in check and was able to be super smart and move stop loss to break even, because I'm risking 250, right? So once it hit 250 profit, we move stop loss to break even. That way we know that we took a good trade, good position. If we get reversed back out, oh well, break even, we're not losing any money, right? So then stop loss to a 1 to 2 RR once it hit 500. So now once I get that 1 to 2, I'm moving my stop loss up. Am I moving it up immediately? No, I'm not literally moving it up as it hits 500, because sometimes the price can like reverse back to that point and stop you out. So I waited for it to get to about like 580-ish, and then I move it up, because I know price is kind of like playing out above it. You know, it was just working out for me. It was creating, the candlesticks were closing above each other. It was creating higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. So it was like, it was working out. Stop loss to 700, which is a 1 to 2.8 RR. It was at about like 730. So I'm like, okay, just to be safe, let me put it to 700, 50 bucks off of what I'm targeting. Listen guys, a 1 to 3 RR is already risky within itself. A lot of people, from what I know, I could be wrong. Sometimes people obviously let the trade play out a lot better, but 1 to 2 is what you want to go for ideally. And I was like, you know what? 1 to 2 for me is covering 2 losses with 1 win. I was fine with that, but I ended up getting to 700. You know, Top Step X takes a $2 fee. So it was what it was. And, you know, once the trend seemed to be coming to an end, the goal is always 1.3 RR, but 1.2 RR take profit will be the second building block, while break even is the first building block. Once a trade hits $250 or $250 in profit, good building block onto the next. Take profit of $750 hit soon after my stop loss of $700 profit was closed. I mean, everything played out how, you know, well guys, first profitable week. And I mean, I'm just on to the next, guys. Like, I mean, I'm on to the next. You know, you live and you learn. Some people have blown their account in the first couple of days. I haven't done that. I've been able to manage my losses, as you guys can see. There's only 1 loss that's out of control, which is this one. Everything else is under 249. Everything else is under 249, and we managed the losses really, really well. So I'm proud of myself for that. I'm showing good risk management, and that's all that matters. And you know, we're just focused right now on getting into this week being profitable, right? This week right here is very, very important, because I can either pass the account or I can just be profitable. That's the only way I see it. The only way I see this week coming, guys, is either I'm going to pass the account or I'm just going to have another profitable week. Why is it so hard for me to say profitable? Profitable, profitable, profitable. Maybe because I'm speaking a little bit too fast. Profitable, profitable, profits. How about that? Yeah, another profits week. So we're aiming for another profits week. And yeah, we'll get that, guys. And hey, look, the one thing I can tell y'all, right, is always do your back testing, get back on the chart and see where, you know, just back test. That's all it really is. It's nothing too complicated. For me, for an example, I don't usually trade 5-minute fair value gaps. Sometimes they may work, guys, but I figured out, for me personally, I had a bad experience with it. So I'm really not gonna utilize that. I'll enlarge the screen for y'all. Because if you go right here, right, you could mark this and say, oh, this is the fair value gap, right? Okay, boom, right, boom. Price went into that fair value gap, which would be a bearish fair value gap because we got a downtrend right now. price kind of went in there, and you know, oh damn, I could take a short here, right? You could wait for this to react. Some people would wait for it to react, or some people would enter right here. Even if you entered right here, you know, you would still be safe. You would still be safe, right? Stop loss right there. Kind of move that up. Wherever your risk is, it should be set already. Some people would keep it right about there, and then aim for that 1 to 2. 1 to 2 with a hit. 1 to 3, more than likely, with a hit. Oh, just not yet. Not yet. See? But hey, guys, look, perfect example. 1 to 3 could be risky. You just might miss it. Market would have closed, so I'm assuming people would have got their profits, whatever. What is that? About 1 to 2 point. Let's say 2.5, 2.75, just about. But yeah, 1 to 2 would have hit. You would have got that. Cool, handy dandy, whatever. But always do your back testing, guys, and stay confident. Stay away from negativity, because people just lose before they even have a chance, just based upon their mindset, bro. Like, people can't manage the simplest things, like, hey, don't do this, don't do that, and that's why they fail. It has nothing to do with somebody being better than somebody, or people needing to hear those words. Because, guys, listen, people want to hear that, oh, I'm not better than you, I just got lucky, or they want that feeling, because they want to feel like, oh yeah, it's no one else's fault, it's not my fault, it's just they got lucky and I didn't. People want that, you know, they want that. So don't be that person. Just show up and work hard. Show up, work hard, and you'll get the results you're looking for. As y'all can see, the 1 hour fair value gap, it's still played within to this. So what I do is I'd use 1 hour fair value gaps, and if there's even another, you know, a 5-minute fair value gap, that's even double the confirmation. Hell, you can even throw in VWAP, right? And all of a sudden, you guys see my strategy, how it's working out. Boom. Now, you know, if price goes in there, we have a strong, like, we have such strong confirmation that this is a downtrend, guys. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. And some people would say, hey, you could even say this, you know, liquidity was swept up here. And some people even entered here. And look what would have happened. If you would have entered here, right? The liquidity was swept. You wait for that confirmation, and then boom, you enter right here. And you aim for that 1 to 3. You would have definitely got the 1 to 3 easily, right? And if you've seen the market was reacting pretty well, which, I mean, you could say, where's that 1 to 2? Yeah, because 1 to 2 would have put you right here. I would move my stop loss up to 1 to 2 and kept letting the trade play out. So my stop loss would have been at a 1 to 2, just about there. Would have kept letting the trade play out and just kept it there. And it would have never came back up into this direction. So all of a sudden, my 1 to 3 gets hit. And then I would have been like, oh, damn, this market's still there. I mean, I probably would have took profit by this point. Me personally, I would have took profit. But whoever was good at trailing this, they got a 4 RR. So just a little bit of back testing, if you want to call it. Just looking at the market, guys, seeing how it could have played out. For me personally, guys, I didn't take a trade. This would have been yesterday, the 13th, Friday the 13th. I didn't take a trade because it was a red news day, and sometimes the market might not be affected that much. Funny enough, right? You might get a red folder day and the market might be perfectly fine. But for me personally, guys, again, what I've been preaching is patience. You have to be patient. If you're not going to be patient trying to day trade, you're not going to see a profits week. You're not going to see a good green day, like making 700 in a day or making 1,000 in a day. You're not going to see days like that because you're just not patient. You have zero patience. Like, you're like a baby. You have to play with a toy. You have to run around. You have to watch TikTok. You have no patience. So learn some patience, guys. Practice. Stay positive. Again, if you are one of those people that just enjoys negativity, I have nothing for you. You know what I mean? Like, just go be negative, man. You're right. It is everybody else's fault. People are getting lucky and you're just not getting lucky yet. And just keep living with that mindset and that whole aura, and let me know how that works out for you. To all the people that are so negative, and because ever since I started really getting heavily into the trading community and just like learning more and doing my own thing and kind of posting my content and all that extra stuff, you just see the same old shit. It's the same stuff with bitter people that are just upset. Nothing works. They want to be spoon fed. They want everything to go their way. It's like little bitches and little crybabies. And just like, it makes me wonder, like, how can you expect to have any success in anything with that mindset? Your mindset alone is what's stopping you from being successful. That's it. Just your mindset. So don't be like them, guys. Those are like the scum of the earth. Don't be like them. Keep learning. And hey, listen, keep attacking, guys. You can definitely have your first profits week. It's not going to take you a lot of trades. Sometimes you might only have to take one trade. I'm glad I took these trades because I was able to learn from them and understand, like, it's not every single day I need to take a trade, and I need to have a clear setup and a clear understanding of why I took the trade. I need multiple confirmations. I need to follow my rules, and I will. And I'm excited for this upcoming week. And I'm just going to focus on day by day execution, right? Because, hey, you never know. I could come into this day, hit that $1,500 profit, and then do the same thing the next day and be damn near done with the challenge. Because I know I'm negative right now, so the math might be, the math might be off by a little bit, but we'll get the job done, and I can't wait. So if you made it this far, I appreciate you guys, and yeah, let's just keep this thing going, and I'll see you on the next video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all later, man. Peace.